Hello and welcome back to TCG Dreamland. I have another box of Unfinity here. Even though the set is not very popular, they've been getting like 5 views. But anyways, let's just get into this. I have some stuff to talk about, mainly about Shocklands, because that's what this set is all about, really. And aside from the Galaxy Border Shocklands, which are going for absurd prices, which I was kind of expecting, aside from those ones, Shocklands are really cheap right now. Like, most of them you can pick up for under $30. I think a couple of them, or not under 30, under $35. Most of them you can get for under $35. I think a couple of them, well, I know one for sure is like $25 right now, which is just kind of absurd. I mean, they're Shocklands and they're borderless. I don't understand what's going on. Let me try to get my lighting. I'm in a little bit different setup than usual. I have a standing desk and I decided to stand for today's video, but because I'm standing, I don't have one of my lights I usually have. Blorby and Buddy, that's funny. Blorpity blorp boop. I mean, this set is just really funny. If you look at some of the cards, there's some really funny cards in the set. It's just a fun set. If you want to open, if you want to like draft and play, the set is just really fun. I mean, the value isn't there, but the cards are just really great to look at. Oh, look, a showcase Blorpity blorp boop. That's a really nice card. That's not the Galaxy foil, unfortunately. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons for the reprint. All right, and then some of these lands. So let's get into what I was talking about. So there's two types of these lands. There's the ones that are on planet. Unfortunately, we didn't get like one of the zoomed out planet versions. But so there's two versions. These are the on planet ones. And then there's also the ones that are like of the actual planet itself. Those ones are surprisingly expensive. I think a couple of those are going for like $13, $14. And so the prices for this set are just weird because some of the regular, the basic lands are going for more than I thought. Meanwhile, the Shocklands, which I thought were going to be really expensive, are like $25 to $30 for some of them. Some of them, I think there's like 3 of them. That's actually not a bad card. Too bad it's not Galaxy Foil. I think this is like, aside from the lands, I think this and Galaxy Foil is actually the highest card in the set right now. But anyways, oh, there we go. Mythic in Galaxy Foil. That one's really noticeable that it's a Galaxy Foil. Some of the showcases are really hard to tell. It's like you can only see like the border is Galaxy Foil. Some of them are really hard to tell. So here's one. So this card in Galaxy Foil is like $13. So unfortunately we didn't get one of those. But see, there's like the ones that are like on the planet is just kind of a cool alien themed planet. And then you have the ones that are like actually out in space, a picture of the planet. Those ones in Galaxy Foil are surprisingly expensive for most of them. A lot of them are over $10. I think there are some of the less desirable ones that are like still like $4 or $5, but considering this is probably the first and only set that is ever going to have foils of lands that are like of planets like that, maybe they're actually not so expensive. That is very unique for this set. It may not ever happen again. We don't know. All right, meet and greet Sisay and Galaxy Foil. But yeah, so let me know what you think, because the Galaxy, oh, there we go. We just got the card I was talking about. That's a $13 card. Very nice. So let me know what you think. I don't know if everyone's in tune with the secondary market. I tend to keep an eye on it because most of these cards I actually end up selling on TCG Player. So let me know. The Galaxy Foil Shocklands are very expensive. Some of them are approaching $190 for the most expensive ones. I think there's one that is still just below $100. And then the regular Shocklands that aren't Galaxy foil, those ones, oh, that's a very nice Galaxy foil Space Bellerin. That's actually my first Space Bellerin. We've gotten like 3 Comets and no Space Bellerins. That's my first one. So yeah, just let me know what you think. I think prices are kind of weird right now. Prices for most of the Shocklands seem low to me. But let me know what you think. So what I'm basing it off of is the fact that is basically the pull rate. So I was comparing it to the other land cycle that's super good, which is the fetch lands from Modern Horizons 2. And the pull rate for those was, I want to say you got like 3 to 5 in a box. So let's say average pull rate of fetch lands was 4 per box, and average pull rate of Shocklands in Unfinity is 2 per box, and yet the Shocklands are selling for like $25 to $30 for a bunch of them. It just seems low to me, but let me know what you guys think. Oh, it's a Space Family Goblinson. That's funny. I saw this card when I was sorting the other day. The Space Family Goblinson. There's a bunch of funny cards. Oh, there's another one. Oh, Overgrown Tomb. So not a Galaxy foil, just a regular foil. That is our Shockland pull for this box, probably. All right, so we'll do this pack and then we'll do the box topper. There's a card in this set. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like, it was like Disappointed Patron or something. But it took me a second to get the card because I was like, well, why is the card called that? And I looked at it, and the card is a vampire, and he's in the Hall of Mirrors. So let me know in the comments if you understand that card. It took me a second to get it. Not like this one. This one's a lot more straightforward because it's a lifetime pass holder, but it's a zombie. So that one's like a lot more simple and easy to get. Ooh, Captain Rex Nebula. You got the Futurama Easter egg. That one's a lot more easy. But the vampire in the Hall of Mirrors, that one took me a second. That's a really funny joke. Whoever thought of that one has a very good sense of humor. That was very highbrow. It took me a second. If it took me a second, then, you know, you have to put 2 and 2 together to get that joke. All right, so we've got Breeding Pool. Not bad. Not bad. I think that one's kind of mid-tier. I think Overgrown Tomb is kind of lower middle. So we've got a lower middle and a middle for our 2 Shocklands. All right, so we're halfway through this box. Into the Galaxy foils. Carnival Barker. All right, Summon the Pack for the reprint. Doodle. And then we got a Mountain and regular foil. Oh, I've got double. Regular and Galaxy. That card's actually not bad. Like I was saying, those Galaxy foils of the planet lands, the land that is the entire planet. All right, Evil Knievel. Oh, there we go. Showcase of Blorpity Blorp Boop. That's a very cool card. I might keep one of those. That's a really cool looking card. It's actually the artwork for the set, like on the boxes. I really like that card, actually. All right, a Plains and then a Mountain, both planetary. All right, so this should be... Oh, there's a Comet. That is regular foil. I think I've gotten every version of Comet now. Pretty sure that is actually every version of Comet. Greatest show in the multiverse and Galaxy foil. Oh, wow, Blast from the Past. I have not seen that card before. That's interesting. The artwork is like covering up the set symbol. That's kind of interesting. Meet and Greet Sisay. Okay, we've got an island. And then another On the Planet foil. Land. I'm not sure if the ones that are like of the full planet are actually more rare. I think the hit rates are probably the same. I think people just kind of like those ones more, that it's of the full planet, because it's even more unique. Cramped Bunker. Leela. Well, that's actually a mythic. I'll put that up there. Got an island of the planet. Very nice. And then a forest. All right, 2 packs left. Displeased Patron. I don't know if we got that card. I wasn't really paying attention because I was talking so much. But, oh, Space Bellerin. That's a nice card. I wasn't expecting to get anything more, but that's a Galaxy Foil Borderless Space Bellerin. Very nice. Let's put that actually up there. I like putting the good stuff toward the top middle of the screen. As you can tell with the Shocklands, the really good stuff I put upright like that. All right, just 2 On the Planet lands. Cat Treasure Token. All right, last pack. Not sure why I put that Angelic Herald up there. So we do have 7. May have missed some mythics. I think both of our last boxes had like 10 mythics in them. So I may have missed some because I was talking so much, but definitely pulled out the good ones. So Pietra. Jack Knight is really common. Grand Marshal Macy. It's a Galaxy Foil mythic. Brings us up to 8. All right, and then our lands for the last pack. There we go. Galaxy Foil Island of the full planet. I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that's like $14. So we actually got 2 really good Galaxy Foil lands. And then we got 2 Shocklands, so that's average for these. So not a bad box, actually. Not a bad box. 2 Space Bellerins, 1 Comet, 2 mid-tier Shocklands. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Not bad. So this is probably going to be my last opening of this, at least on the channel. These boxes are $204 right now on TCG Player. And the fact that the Shocklands are so inexpensive, we'll call it, kind of means that the set isn't worth opening unless you're just going to draft it, in which case you would open a draft box and you wouldn't really, you get the 1 foil Shockland from the box topper, but then you just get another regular Shockland on average. So anyways, that's going to be our last Unfinity. I am planning on opening a bunch more stuff. I have some interesting things coming up for Magic the Gathering in the future. I'll give you a little hint. There's a bunch of collector boxes that are going for like $150 or less. And that's the hint. So that's all you get. That's the hint. If you want to see what's coming up for Magic the Gathering, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys then.